Well, here we are with soccer player Rachel Mussell from the women's soccer team here at Concordia. Rachel, how long have you been playing soccer for?
I have played soccer since I was 7 years old, so the summer before second grade.
Okay, and where did you get your interest from soccer?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't even remember. I think my parents maybe just signed me up for it, and because neither of my parents had played soccer, so it wasn't like they had any previous interest in it. I think they just signed me up, and I just loved it. So.
All right. Well, what do you like about the game of soccer?
Well, I mean, it's different than any other game where you play it with your feet, so I really like that, and I love that it's a huge team sport, like 11 people on the field, and everyone has to work together. Like, it's not just I have to do everything myself. There's 11 people doing it together on the field, so that's fun.
All right. Now, what made you decide to come to Concordia to play soccer?
Well, I actually decided to come to Concordia first for my education. I wanted to become a teacher, high school science, emphasizing in chemistry and physics. And so I first visited here, and then I fell in love with the school, and I was already going to go here, and then I decided to talk to Coach White and said, hey, can I play soccer? And then it just went from there.
Okay. Now, when you came to Concordia, were you debating between soccer and basketball?
Yeah, actually I was.
How close of a decision was that for you?
I actually didn't. It wasn't ultimately up to me. I emailed Coach Olson and Coach White, and I said, hey, I'd be interested in playing one for either of you guys. At first I wanted to play both, but now looking at the schedules, I know that would be crazy impossible. So then they just decided between themselves, and I ended up playing soccer.
Okay. Now, last year you only had 2 goals as a freshman, and this year you've already got 12, and you lead the conference. What's the difference between last year and this year?
Well, last year we had a lot of seniors, specifically Mallory Blank and Jamie Sanchez. They were playing forward, and they put in a lot of goals for us. And then Jordan Donahue last year did, and so did Melissa Stein. So they put in goals for the team, and it just wasn't really a role that our team needed. So I think I just filled whatever role I could last year, and this year, it just started where I just happened to be in the right place at the right time for a lot of our goals, and the team would build it up, and I'd just be there to finish, and all of a sudden I just have a lot of goals, and it's just the team doing it, so I guess it's just a role that needed to be filled, and I've found a way to do it.
Okay. Is there anything in the off season that you did that was different this year to help you prepare for soccer?
Well, I think this summer especially, I emphasize explosiveness and trying to get quicker right away. Normally, last year, I think I saw that I could run fast over a long distance, but that initial burst of speed wasn't there. So this summer that was something I worked on, and then Coach White had told me I should work on my moves, so that was something I worked on this summer too.
Now, what kind of stuff did you do to work on your explosiveness or your moves and your speed?
Oh gosh, I spent a lot of time with the ball, just at my feet, and bouncing off walls and dribbling around cones, and playing with my brother a little bit, him teaching me moves, and can I do this, and how do I make this fake to go this way, and as for explosiveness, I spent a lot of time in the weight room too, and then when I would be doing my running workouts, I would emphasize get out and get going, and so that I can have that burst of speed right away.
Okay. Now, when you step on the soccer field, what's your mentality, or what kind of thoughts are going through your head, especially on game day?
I play soccer because God gave me the ability to play. So my first thought is that all of this glory goes to God, and then when it comes to playing, I just ask God to help me be cool, calm, and collected, to just play to the best of my ability, and just be composed and be at peace, and just to have fun. That's the most important part. I always like to smile when I play, because I play it because I love it. So.
Okay. Now, can you take me through your game day routine? What is different about game day than any other day?
Oh, I don't know that there necessarily is anything different. I probably drink a lot more water. My bottle is seriously glued to my hand. I have a playlist of music that I listen to, but sometimes I don't even, most days I end up listening to it, but other days my iPod's dead, and I'm I'll just not worry about it. Other than that, it's all pretty much It's just a normal day.
Okay. Now, what's something about being a soccer player that most people might not realize?
Well, I guess like we run more than people think. Especially like in practice. The funny thing was like last week when we were practicing, there was kids from the high school cross country meet around running, and they're like, "Oh gosh, I wish I could be on the soccer team right now." And we were all thinking the exact opposite. We're like, "Oh gosh, I wish I could be on the cross country team right now." So like I think people underestimate the amount that we need to run in order to survive throughout a 90-minute game. Like we have to be able to run for long periods of time.
Okay. Now, switching over to academics, what is your major and what are your career goals?
My major is secondary education, chemistry, and physics. It's actually technically physical science, but I would one day like to be a Lutheran school teacher teaching high school chemistry and physics. I also want to coach eventually. Not sure what sport. I'd be willing to coach anything. And probably someday down the road I'd like to get my master's in administration and be like an athletic director, high school principal.
Okay. Now, when you're not playing soccer or studying, what do you like to do?
Well, my roommates and I have been watching a lot of movies, so that's always fun. I just like relaxing and reading a book. Like I love a good book, and some days I just get a hankering to just sit in my bed and read for a long time. I like to bake and just running, exercise, playing any sport. I love it.
Okay. Now, as a star on the soccer player team or as one of the better players, do you feel any pressure to act a certain way on and off the field?
Well, I guess it's something that like I learned in high school is that when you perform well on the athletic field, like there tends to be a spotlight on you. But I just, I have God to help me help me to be the best person that I can be and like to shine His light through me. So that's just my daily ask for Him, is that I don't feel pressure because I know that He's given me the abilities and He will give everything to His will, and whatever happens, happens. So.
Okay. Now, your soccer team took a trip to New Orleans this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about what that was like?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. On the way down, like it was a 19-hour drive, and we were all in vans. Like it'd be like two drivers and two passengers in a van, and spending so much time with your team in vans totally helps you get to know them even more. But then when we got to New Orleans, like we had the opportunity to help so many people and experience so many things. And then we went with a basketball team from Canada, where Coach is from, and getting to know them was really fun. Like we instantly clicked with them, and there were so many people that we were just able to relate to, and it was just overall really good for our team to be able to bond together and to be able to serve in that way.
All right. Now, do you have anyone or anything that inspires you to play soccer, or anybody that you look up to?
Well, I mean, my brother and sister both play soccer too, and they're both really hard workers when it comes to their sport, and they're better than me. Like, it's so much fun to watch them play, and they're people that I look up to because they're always willing to, even though they're younger than me, they're always willing to like help me out and show me, oh, I learned this today, and this would be a good thing to do in this situation. So they're both two people that I really look to when it comes to the soccer.
Okay. And do you have any goals for the rest of the season, both personally and for the team?
Personally, I mean, I want our team to succeed. So I think that for our team, like one of our goals is like we talked about last off season, was to go to nationals, and we really want to, in order to do that, we have to win the conference tournament. So in order to get into the conference tournament, we have to keep winning our games, and so we have 3 games left, and we really want to win those so that we can get into the conference tournament, and then win the conference tournament so we can go to nationals. That's our ultimate goal, and in the process, if we get to play Hastings and beat them, that would be fantastic.